This is AP Calculus, section 7.2, page 1, looking at areas in a plane. We want to find the area enclosed by this graph, y equals x cubed plus 5x squared minus 4x minus 20, and the x-axis between x is -4 and x is 1. So first thing is we are going to sketch this graph. And in order to sketch that, let's remember your pre-calculus and factor this. Out of those first two, we could factor out an x squared. And we're left with an x plus 5. Out of the last two, we can factor out a -4. That leaves us with y equals x squared minus 4 times an x plus 5, and then that x squared minus 4 factors into x plus 2 times an x minus 2. What factoring does for us is it tells us the zeros of that function. So this graph will have a 0 at -2, at +2, and at -5. And again, remembering your pre-calculus, this was a cubic function. And so for cubics, odd degrees, one end up, one end down. We have a positive leading coefficient. So that means this right side has to go up and the left side down. At this point then, we can sketch in this graph. And notice I do not have a y scale on the graph. And that's fine, that y scale does not matter. This is just a quick sketch. So we have this function, and the x-axis, got it. Also this line, x equals -4. X equals -4 here, and x equals 1 there. So the region that is contained by this pink curve, these two green vertical lines, and the x-axis would be this region right here, this piece, and this piece. If we were to go ahead and just integrate entirely from -4 up to 1 of this function, x cubed plus 5x squared minus a 4x minus 20, that would not give us that total area in here, because this, as an integral, will accept regions underneath the x-axis as negative. And we don't want that. We want the area, total area, so we have to turn everything to be positive, which means that we will need to split this into two separate integrals. So we will have to look at the integral from -4 up to -2 of this x cubed plus 5x squared minus 4x minus 20. And then we have to subtract off this integral from -2 all the way up to 1. All right, here we go. Let's work on this one over here. So let's do this one first, and then we'll come back and clean this one up. So we need to anti-differentiate this. When we anti-differentiate, we will get 1/4 x to the 4th plus 5/3 x cubed minus 2x squared minus a 20x. We're going to evaluate that from -4 to -2. We plug in the -2 first. will give us 1/4 times the negative 2 to the 4th plus 5/3 times the negative 2 cubed minus 2 times the negative 2 squared minus 20 times the negative 2. Phew, that was just plugging in the negative 2. Now we have to plug in the negative 4. Make sure you put square brackets here so you subtract all of plugging in the negative 4. Plus 5/3 times the negative 4 cubed minus 2 times the negative 4 squared minus 20 times the negative 4. All right, we've got some fractions simplifying here. Negative 2 to the 4th is 16. 1/4 of that's 4. 5/3 times the negative 2 cubed. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8 times 5, so this is minus 40/3. Negative 2 squared is 4 times the negative 2, so minus 8. And then plus a 40. Subtracting over here. I'm going to take one of these 4's in here that's negative 4 to the 4th and cancel out this one down here. That will come out to be a positive 4 cubed, so 64, plus, and then this negative 4 cubed, that's a negative 64 times 5/3. 64 times 5 is 320, so negative 320 over 3. 16 times, so minus 32, and then plus an 80. Adding the whole numbers over here, or integers actually, 4 minus 8, negative 4, plus a 40 is 36. We have 36 minus 40 over 3. In here, 64 minus 32 is 32, plus 80, 112, minus 320 over 3. Now we can distribute that minus sign. 36 minus 112, negative 76, and negative 40 over 3 minus a negative 320 over 3 is plus 280 over 3. I'm going to go ahead and got a common denominator here with this 76, and that'll be negative 76 times 3, 210 and 18, 228 over 3 plus 280 over 3. 52 over 3. Phew. But we are not done. That was just this first integral. We have to do this second one. We're almost out of space, and we're going to save some time here. If you zap this into your calculator, and you should pause this video and make sure you can enter that into your calculator properly with FNINT. And when you do that, you will get negative 42 3/4, which is really adding on 42 3/4 to every single line here. And I am going to go ahead and change this 52 over 3 into a mixed number, which would be 17 1/3 plus a 42 3/4. 17 and 42 is 59. 1/3 plus 3/4. Shortcut to add fractions, you can do cross products. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 3 times 3 is 9 over the product of the denominators, 12, so we'll get 13/12. 59 and 13/12, but we cannot leave it that way. This is 60 1/12. There you go. Final answer. That is the value, the area that is shaded blue up here. Fabulous. Please join me on page 2.